Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? Less than 1 minute.
Hey guys, I'm here, and so is little mama. So is little mama. I got Sarah Ellen with me. Carter's taking a nap right now, and you know it is a complete miracle to have them both take a nap at the same time. So no miracle happened today, but I figured being that she was up, I might as well take this time and do her 4-month update. Right, mamas? Right? So here she is. I did monthly updates for Carter from birth up until he was 1, and I always use the same outfit with him. I just used a white onesie, but then I had stickers. With her, I use a white onesie, but I also do a tutu and a headband, and I always use purple because I'll do a nursery tour of her room when it's all finished, but her nursery is purple and gray. So just to add a little bit of girliness to her updates. Plus with her, I don't have stickers. What is Sarah Ellen doing at 4 months? As you know, I did a whole video about her being a fussy baby, and she still is a fussy baby from day 1. And she's fussy in the sense that she really likes to be held all the time. She doesn't really like to be put down. Up until this month, when we finally found something that she will sit in, she hasn't liked anything. She has not liked the boppy. She has not liked the rock and play. Up until she was 3 months, she didn't even like the bouncer. Once she turned 3 months, she started tolerating the bouncer, but even then it wasn't something that we can put her in consistently. Like, it was just like, we'll try our luck at it and see how it goes. And sometimes we got lucky and she would stay in it for like 10-15 minutes, and other times we'd have to take her right out. So it's been really, I don't want to say stressful, but it's just been really difficult, like trying to find something to put her in the daytime, because clearly I can't hold her all day. Like, I just can't. Even though she's so cute. She's so cute. You're such a cute girl. Yeah. She's so cute, but I can't hold her all day. Like, I would get nothing done. Which she really wouldn't care one way or another. I'm still trying to deal with her being a fussy baby. It's just hard because Carter was completely the opposite. He was not a fussy baby at all. The only time that he would cry or start whining was when he was hungry. Like, that's it. Just have his milk and he was good. He didn't need to be held all the time or constantly have attention like she seems to need. Another thing about her is that she's loud. She is the loudest baby I think I've ever met. Her voice is loud. She eats loud. She's just loud. She doesn't care when her brother's sleeping. She doesn't care when we're trying to put him down. Like, she's so loud. See? See what I mean? Why is she so loud though? Why are you so loud? They can hear you. I can hear you. She's gonna get in trouble when she goes to school, because she's gonna try to whisper when the teacher is teaching a lesson, and homegirl ain't gonna know how to whisper. She's gonna be that kid. I'm not really sure how much she weighs right now, because she'll be going to the pediatrician this week for her 4-month wellness visit, and then she'll also get a round of shots too. This is what I'm talking about. Mind you, I just fed her before I even turned this camera on, and I think she wants to be fed again, so we'll see. Come on, come on. Why she gotta do all of that? Why are you fighting for something that... Lord Jesus. She's on the boob and she's fighting at the same time. Like, you don't gotta fight no more. It's alright, killer. Chill, killer. You got it. Alright. So yeah, once we go to the pediatrician, I'll update the description box to let you know how much she weighs and how long she is. If I had to make a prediction, I think she's about 16 pounds now. Like, the girl is chunky. All right, like, this girl does not skip a meal. She has so many rolls. It literally looks like when you open a Pillsbury can of biscuits, that's what her legs and her arms look like. My mom calls her a sumo wrestler. Like, the girl is chunky, chunky, chunky. So, and that's all just from breast milk. Like, that's it. That's all she gets is breast milk. She's slowly starting to grow out of her 3-month clothes, 0 to 3 months. So she'll definitely be in 3 to 6 months clothing, like, really, really soon. She's also in stage 3 Pampers. And I don't think she'll be in these very long either. I give it like another month and I think we'll be in stage 4 Pampers, because the chunks is real. Like, the chunk life is real for this girl. Sleep. What sleep? What sleep? Yeah, sleep is still... don't know what sleep is. She's still waking up every 2 to 3 hours at night. I feel like when she was like a month to 2 months old, her sleep was much better. She would sometimes go like 6-hour or like 5-hour stretches. But now she's consistently like every 2 to 3 hours at night, she's up. Her sleep time in the day is not much better either, because she'll take like 20-minute cat naps. That's it. Yeah. I just don't know what sleep is. I would love to start sleep training her, but she's too young right now. Yeah, I'm not getting any sleep. Every day I have to put some 8 hours in a bottle on my face and keep it moving, because, yeah, no. She's still in our room. She's sleeping in the pack and play. I don't know when she's gonna get evicted to go into her own room. Right now, her nursery is not completely finished, so I'm not really ready for her to go in her room. I still need a chair in there, and this week I'm also gonna go and pick up another monitor, a dual monitor, so that I can see both of them at the same time. Once I have those two things, I'll kind of almost be ready to move her into her room. But she's such a bad sleeper at night that I'm like, is it even worth it? Like, I'm gonna have to get up so many times a night. What? 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 Fussy. Fussy. So I think by the end of this month, I will transition her to her room. I mean, she has her crib, she has her mattress, everything is set up in that aspect. But if I'm gonna be getting up in the middle of the night to feed her, I need a chair in there, because that's just essential. Because if there's no chair, it means I'm gonna bring her in our room, in our bed, and then she's never gonna leave. I may not be mentally ready for her to leave our room just quite yet. And I know that it'll require a little bit more of me, because when she cries, I'll have to get up out the bed and go into her room. But I honestly really don't sleep that well with her in our room. And I feel like every time I move, even though she's not in the bed with us, she wakes up. I know I will sleep a lot better when she moves into her room and she's actually sleeping through the night. So some of the things that she has accomplished over this past month is the girl learned how to roll out of nowhere. Like, one morning I had her on her back and I went to go and give her her bobo because she was fussing, and the next thing I looked and homegirl had rolled over on her stomach. So in the daytime, when we're in the living room, I like to keep her on the couch sometimes, and at that point she was rolling to her left. So I was like, okay, I'm going to move her to the other side of the couch. So if she rolls to her left, she'll just roll onto the pillows and not onto the floor. Even though I set up like barriers and whatnot, so she can't roll onto the floor either. But that just encouraged her to learn how to roll to the right. So 2 days after she learned how to roll over to the left, she learned how to roll to the right. So she just, you know, learned how to circumvent the system. That's all. At this age, she's looking around for us. I can walk across the room and she will follow me the entire time. She looks out for her brother, like she looks for different people in the room. Her gaze will continuously follow you. She smiles and babbles a lot. She'll give you all kinds of faces, right? She'll give you all kinds of faces. What you wanna see? What you wanna see? Huh? Huh? Yeah. She's recently found these hands and she doesn't quite know what to do with them. It's just been trouble for her. She puts her hands in her mouth all the time, and then she'll also find her bobo and take it out and get frustrated that she took it out and then can't put it back in, and then that sets off a crying fit. We have to play, I call it the bobo game, you know, where she constantly takes it out and I'm constantly going over to put it back in. Recently I introduced her to her little lovey, so to give her something to do with her hands. So she seems to like that. These hands are something else, right? You saying hi? You want to say hi again? You want to say hi again? Yes you do. Yes you do. She's been drooling a lot. I think she's pre-teething. I think I'm gonna introduce Sophie the giraffe to her too, because she likes to put her hands in her mouth, so I think it's time to introduce teething toys as well now. So things that she's liking and loving, she loves her brother. It's amazing to watch them together. I did not think that they would be this close so quick, but they really are, and it's so cute. He goes up to her and gets right in her face and they talk, they baby talk, and it's like she understands him. It's just amazing. He wants to hold her, he loves her and she loves him. She looks for him and whatnot. She's also loving mommy's milk. We're 4 months strong with breastfeeding, which is crazy because when I was pregnant, I swore up and down that with her, I was going to supplement with formula just because I was just getting so tired. But, you know, once she was born and my milk came back in like really strong, it's like I'm home and I have such a good supply that I can't really justify the cost of formula. Like I'll go to Babies R Us or Target, I'll see the prices of formula and I'm like, you know what, I think we got a good thing going on here. She's also really loving bath time. She also loves the Ergo, and it's crazy because I brought the Ergo when I had Carter, but I did not get my use or money's worth out of it. With Carter, I was working full-time up until he was about 10 or 11 months. So commuting to work and taking him to the babysitter and then picking him up and coming home, it was just so much easier for me to transport him in the car seat. Like I didn't have that extra time to have that extra step of putting him in the Ergo and then getting downstairs to the car and taking him out and putting him in the car seat. Like it just didn't make sense. Especially I was practically late every day. With her, being that I'm home, she's really heavy now, so trying to carry her in the car seat downstairs and Carter at the same time is really hard to do. So it's worth me doing that extra step of carrying her down in the Ergo. That way my hands are free. That way I can either help guide Carter down the stairs or I can pick him up if need be. So I'm definitely getting my use out of it. I even wear her inside the house in the Ergo too, sometimes when she's fussy. It's like the only way I can get things done. I'm happy she likes it because I love it. Also, we introduced her to the Mega Seat, and she loves that. And I think she likes it more than the Bouncer because she can sit straight up, whereas in the Bouncer, she's on an incline. She really doesn't like to lay down anymore. She really wants to be up and see everything that's going on. Like, she wants to be front and center to everything. That's been working out really good. On a good day, she will sit in that thing for like half an hour, which is amazing because I can really get a lot done. She still loves tummy time, but she doesn't love it as much like on the couch. When she does it, she wants to be wherever we are doing tummy time. So if I'm on the floor doing a lesson with Carter or playing with Carter on the floor, she wants to be on the floor too. Like, she doesn't like to be left alone. She wants to be right there. I also noticed that, like, in the daytime, if I have the TV on, she now notices the TV and she's starting to watch it too. Like, it's catching her attention. So, okay, dislikes. She still does not like being in the car for a long period of time. But she also does not like being idle in the car. Like, if the car comes to a stop and we're sitting in that car for like more than 3 to 5 minutes, she will start to turn up. And like I said, she doesn't like to lay down a lot in the daytime. She wants to be sitting up. She wants to be in the middle of things. She still does not like the boppy. You know, I noticed that she'll tolerate the boppy if I do tummy time with her on the boppy on the floor. She'll tolerate it, but it's still not a favorite of hers. Still doesn't like the rock and play. I don't think, Carter never liked the rock and play too. I just don't think my kids are a fan of that rock and play, which is crazy because it has so many like rave reviews from moms. Like, moms can't get their kids out of the rock and play, and I can't seem to get my kids in it, so it just didn't work for us. And she's knocked out. She doesn't like to be alone. So you know, before, if we had her on the couch, maybe I'll be doing something in the kitchen and Emery follows me into the kitchen, and then Carter follows us into the kitchen. If she's out here alone in the living room, she'll look around and realize, like, hey, I'm alone. Like, why am I not in the kitchen? So she'll start to turn up. She wants to be where we are. So if we're all in one room, we have to take her in that room with us. That's also been a problem with trying to transition her to her room for nap time. Like, I've been trying to put her in her crib for naps in the daytime, but I think she's so used to the noise of being in the living room that she already takes cat naps, but her naps are like express. When I put her in her crib in the daytime, she'll fall asleep and I'm able to like put her down in the crib. But then, like, if she wakes up and she realizes she's alone, she doesn't like it. So instead of falling back to sleep because she's still tired, she'll wake up. So pray for us, because transitioning her into that crib, I think it's gonna be it's gonna be something else. She's just gonna have to get used to being alone and knowing that she's safe and knowing that I'm still gonna come to her. So we'll see how that goes though. During her 3rd month, we noticed that she had cradle cap, and that's something that we were working on. So now that she's 4 months, I think we got most of it. Carter had it as well, and they actually both had it in the same exact spot, right in the front, like this patch right here. We just used a little bit of Aquaphor and a little bit of coconut oil, and it seemed to just get it right out. So she also has to go for her 3rd laser treatment within like the next week or so. She has to go every 4 weeks. So as you know, she was born with her port wine stain birthmark, which, like, now that we've been going to a lot of places more because the weather's just been nicer and we've had events to go to, people was like, is that a strawberry? I'm like, I guess you can say yes, it's a strawberry. I think that's just what people know it as, because I didn't know what port wine stain was before she was born either. So, you know, it's like, I guess the street word for it is strawberry, but the correct term for it is port wine stain, and we're doing laser treatments on it to lighten the birthmark. I'm gonna do a whole video about that, so I'm not even gonna get into that in this video. It's very detailed on what we've been through, the whole medical process that we had to go through with her having a mark over her eye and it being so close to her head. So I'm gonna do a whole video on her port wine stain or strawberry, whatever you want to call it. Some of the things that I'm looking forward to in like month 5 and even going forward, I am guilty of not reading to her. I just noticed. So I want to start reading to her on a regular, just so she can start looking at like pictures and things like that. So I'm gonna start that very, very soon, probably tonight. And then lastly, we're looking forward to, well, I'm looking forward to getting her ears pierced, but that's not gonna be until 6 months. That came from recommendation from her pediatrician, whose opinions I really respect. They do ear piercing at her pediatrician's office, so that's where she'll get her ears pierced. So she got 2 more months. So that's pretty much it. That's all that's been going on at 4 months. It's amazing. Like, I can't believe that she's 4 months already. It goes by so fast but slow. On a day-to-day basis, it seems like it's inching by at like a snail's pace. But when I actually have to sit down and do an update, I'm like, oh my God, this is going fast. So I'm just trying to really soak it in and enjoy her, because this is my last child. It's crazy because the newborn stage, I don't know if it's necessarily my favorite stage, especially now that I'm seeing Carter in his toddler stage and we're able to do like so much with him, and he's, you know, a much more predictable child with his schedule and stuff. I'm enjoying that stage a little bit more than the newborn stage. The newborn stage is a little rough because you're trying to learn them, you know, and they're so new and they're constantly changing. So it's really rough, but I do try to just slow it down a little bit and just enjoy it, even for the chaos. Enjoy the chaos and the hard moments, because I know that this time is such a short time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hubby's home. He just walked in. I will be back either at month 5 or 6. I don't know, let me know. Probably gonna be back at month 5 because I wanted I did it for Carter. I did monthly updates, so I'll be back for month 5 for her and keep you guys updated. Bye y'all.